So I'll begin with the compassion. So let's say the benefit of compassion. There are many books there, many teachers there, and then even like a Buddhism, non-Buddhist, or science, psychology, like many professors, they talk on compassion, and most of them talking about same benefit, which makes you peaceful life, right? Free from stressful, free from loneliness. They talk all the same benefit, but the compassion is a little bit different. I don't know which really compassion brings you all this benefit. That's what we need to think. Because if benefit is same, compassion should be same. Right? If different compassion, and then how comes to get the same benefit? That's a little bit to think. So therefore today I'm talking the compassion regarding Buddhism, how we explain it. And then first start that say, which is not compassion. This is important, no. This is help you to understand better what is compassion. So sometimes we're saying, what is compassion? Okay, we have a definition. And then once you get stuck in our daily life, it could be compassion. That could be compassion. So because you didn't learn what is not compassion, that's the problem, right? Sometimes it's good to learn what is not compassion to help you better understand what is compassion. That's how I thought it. And of course, that all negative emotions are not compassion. We all know anger is definitely not, right? It's exactly opposite of compassion and loving kindness. So, and then we have more confused with that desire and attachment could be compassion. Empathy could be compassion. I think empathy is also not compassion. Desire and then attachment is all not compassion. And then also you have some kind of feeling to help others. It could be not compassion. So compassion, what we're talking here, has to be built it up this lifetime through by your practice. It's not innately comes. What we have innately, what is the possibility that we can build it up compassion and having it? Your empathy is the next possibility. Your empathy is the seed. Your empathy is the fundamental of, we can have compassion mind. So because someone has never have empathy, right? Or sometimes we do not have empathy on something, but sometimes we do have empathy on something. But someone never have empathy. So you never feel what they feel. Someone feels suffering, you are okay, right? You are enjoying here the other side. So do not have any empathy. But once whoever, right? So they might have their lovers, the dearest one. They have empathy for that. This could be seed of compassion. So, and then you have more empathy, it's more easier to have compassion. So if I talk gender, and his one is also said, so female has some more empathy to easily to get it. They have more chances to generate compassion. But of course, male do have it. But it's just generally talking about that. And then, so yeah, empathy is not compassion. That's just clear to let you know. And then also, this is what called the attachment, desire. Is not compassion. So, and another thing is confusing us, as is happening with me. I have to work hard on to say, oh, this is not compassion. This is not compassion, which is sometimes you volunteer to outside. Sometimes you help to go to the hospital to volunteer. Volunteer? Yes. So she looking very careful. Okay. So a volunteer and helping others. That's, we think it's compassion. But the Buddhism is not compassion. Right? That action could be doing by who have a deceiver, cunning people. Right? So people are always nice if something expected from you. That's always nice to you. right? It is compassion nice or something behind there? So therefore, action, external actions, being nice and volunteer and so on, and it's not really counted as compassion because it's not sure. It is the act of compassion. But compassion act is similar like that, but that action is not necessarily the compassion action because it depends on intention, which they have compassion. Compassion we more describing is mental state, intention, motivation. This is the compassion. It's not what you work hard, right? So could be you are helping others for your credit. Is this compassion? You're helping for your credit, right? And then each business people also sometimes they are inviting each other and then dinner and lunch, getting together, and then very much respecting, smiling. I don't think it's compassion, right? It has some kind of desire there, expectation there, deceiving mind there, and then what I call, yeah, therefore it's not necessary. It's compassion. Therefore, if you really want to benefit compassion, you should more develop like the motivation of intention of compassion. That is the mental state. That's the unity develop compassion. And then again, this is the one which is compassion or which is not compassion. Okay. The final, the bottom line I'm saying is compassion is mental state, and then compassion is intention and motivations. That's the things. And then more build up inner things. Even your face is wrathful. Could be have a compassion. You could be have compassion. Smiling, not necessarily to have compassion. You should know this. So, but it's knowing this, I'm not saying you judge it. Knowing this, I'm not saying you are rejecting them, you're ignoring them, I'm not saying, right? So because we are learning compassion now, so generate more and you hold them, even if deceive to you. Even if you are someone harms to you. That's how we doing practice. This is the benefit of this is the act of compassion, right? So who harms to you? That's what you know. So once you are good, everyone is nice. Every single one is nice, right? When they have a happy minute, when they do not have any difficulty in their life, everyone is nice to each other, right? Easily smiling each other. But who does have a compassion or not? Who is the nice person or not? We will understand when the difficulty times comes, right? So if the difficulty, when they have a difficulty, still they are not changing, they're helping and whatever they do continuously doing, that could be the nice person. That's the only time we know. Other time, yes, they could be true, but as our mind is like have a more associated with ignorance, and we're looking for reason and something that this is a good reason. This is the good time to know that we have a compassion or don't. And then more we are not looking who does have a compassion. More looking, do I have a compassion? So then same way, once you turn into difficulty time and you are remaining as a more calm and still thinking benefit to others, then consider that you have some kind of empathy or some kind of compassion. That's what you think. So once you have a difficulty, you are totally changed, right? And then how comes you do have a compassion? That's just the important part to know, because these are easily deceived to us to feel that I do have a compassion. Then once you feel that I do have a compassion, what problem is, I will satisfaction with that. I'll try to not develop more. I try to not increase more. I'll try to not learn more about compassion because I feel that I do have it. But when you test yourself again and again, especially when you get difficulty time, that's the perfect time for test. Do I have a compassion or not, right? So therefore, this is part of let you understand that what is compassion and what is not compassion. And then part of generating compassion, we have a lot of process in the textbook with the sutra, and there are many commentary. Going this through by this whole process, I don't think it is. We have enough time for that, and then more again confuse you, right? So I just try to get points up. So how you can be a nice or warm-heartedness and compassion other. So, and before that, also you should know compassion to whom, right? You are cultivating compassion to whom? That's important. So far, we're saying, okay, these people taking advantages from me, therefore, I'm not good with it. This is the perfect object of compassion. So, do you think or not? What do you think? Right. So that's the more time we have a difficulty. Someone harms to you, so there's oh yeah, I'm not compassionate with this because it harms to me. Then who you compassion? Be always nice to you. That's the object of your compassion. Why you need it? This is nice. You are calm then. Either you have a compassion or not, you will be calm because there's nice. Then why you need to generate compassion, right? So you will be peaceful then. So generating compassion is more challenging with the difficulty people. That's what we need to do. Therefore, difficulty people, or sometimes people say bad people, these people are the perfect object of compassion. If you can more cultivate compassion with this, and no problem with other. So, and many of them saying, oh, I do have a compassion because I take care of my family. So this is not really compassion. That could be you think your desire, or could be you think, oh, it's my responsibility. It could be for your reputations. If I not take care of my parents, then someone will be say bad things to me. It's something aspect in there. So this is not good reason that say I have a compassion, or this is not the perfect object that say, okay, I'm have compassion, right? So therefore, your family, friends, as it is object of compassion, but don't feel that you taking care of them is the compassion toward them. So look at more another side, which is difficulty part. So once you have more empathy and compassion to them, that you consider, yes, I'm getting there, or I'm getting. So that's the one thing's important to know, which object you should have compassion to. Because like a couple of times we have a conversation and discussion on, say, taking advantages and what else. I'm losing my reputation because of someone does something, and then whatever I'm doing it, they are not nice to me. Then what else? What do we have it? And whatever I do it, they never change it. Always harm. Then what do we have it? Which is disturbing us to have compassion, which is like excusing us to not generate compassion. It's excuse to us because cannot be patient with them. That's the excuse, right? Okay. How much I'd be nice with them, still they're harming. They never change. I'm tired. This is one excuse, isn't it? So if you do go this way, then the Buddhism compassion it's like way far from you. If so, then I don't think that benefit talks a lot. Peaceful or calm, or I don't think you will have that. So, okay, that's how I began. There are many different definitions of compassion. And then it really makes me think, more analyze, to say different definition, but same benefit. I don't think it will be happening. I don't know, what do you think?
People who try to do harm is compassion.
I think you should use, Chopin, can you change the battery? It's gone. Okay, I tried to listen to what I say.
People who want to do harm is compassion, to listen, to empathize, but still be able to say no. And be peaceful, not like to allow the harm to be done.
To someone, to you.
Yes, still say no and not do that. Still feel compassion. It doesn't mean doesn't mean saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's remaining peaceful and saying no. I cannot do that.
That's what we do. That's right. As you're saying.
That's compassion. It doesn't mean being what I would have originally thought as weakness and letting people just do whatever they want to us. It's not that.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct? Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not really clear. Do you know?
I'm not.
Sorry,
Jiwa house. Jiwa house. Oh yeah. With what emotion? You say, okay, I'm not taking that, but at the moment, if you're more hesitated or more like tired, I don't think it's compassion. You know, it's like avoiding. So compassion is, as I said, it's more challenging instead of avoiding.
Stay calm.
Yeah, stay calm with all this reason would be talking, what you have to think. So to be change all this perspective, change all this meaning by the concept, change all concept, right? So that's then once you come with the change, I mean like a changing concept is like a always the one example easy remember me when someone's called to you. So we're thinking once you drive and someone hangs to you, we think it's yelling me, right? So instead of yelling me or teaching me, the changing concept. Right? So once you change in concept, and then you will be calm. So you not forceful way to calm it. So it never calm. You will never become a calm the forceful way.
By practicing that, and will help me to let go of feeling attacked or angry at someone.
So let it go is process of getting compassion, the process of practicing compassion, but it is not compassion. Yeah, that's where we have a problem.
If I get angry, I know, and I don't show the anger, I know that's not compassion. But if someone wants to do me harm, and even if I feel peaceful, I don't get angry, but I can still say no. It's not a matter of agreeing and letting someone do harm. Correct?
That's as tricky. Just saying no, I cannot say it's not compassion, but more we have to look at what the emotion at the moment when you say no. That is depend.
I'm peaceful.
Doesn't matter.
No,
even you are peaceful. Even you don't have anger, it's not necessary like has to be compassion. Right? So like say dull faculties are, they don't have a lot of concept then. So, and then however we yell, they are peaceful. Like a small child, 1 month, 2 months, however we yell, they are peaceful. Because they don't know. But we not say they do have a compassion.
And if that person wanted to come and even physically hurt you or steal from you, then what? How can you, what do you do that in a compassionate way? How do I react?
Yeah, okay. So I have to think worldly activity, I have to think real compassion, and I really don't have an answer in the middle there. So
I want to know how to learn to face up to people who try to be disrespectful.
I understand. I understand. So I think what I can say is compassion is not innately comes. That what I mentioned it earlier. Compassion has to be developed through by your engaged practice, and then it takes time again. It's not just 1 week, 2 weeks that you get compassion. They're impossible, very much impossible. So therefore, it will take time, and then day by day, you will like having more calming and more calm and more calm. So this is the also benefit. Even you do not have a compassion, but this is the benefit. Day by day, getting more calm and calm. So this is the takes time. And when you process on the practice, when you calm, when you be nice, but still you not get compassion. So what is compassion? Our way is feeling whatever you feel, whatever you wish. Say, okay, I'm wishing you are free from, let's say I wish for my friends and family never have suffering. So same feeling, amount of feeling, same wish, which is from inside for everyone, especially for difficult people. Once you can do that, that can come with compassion. So therefore, it takes time. And then the process of learning, as I said, like a long, like there are long explanations. Let's go to the point, easy way. So what I like to say, if you want to generate more compassion, you more like not clinging on your feeling. Your feeling is the who change you everything, your emotion, right? Your happy feeling, desires comes. Your unhappy feeling, angers comes. That feeling is changing your emotions. If you fix the feeling, that emotion not follow the feeling, that emotion will feel it, follow the reason, could be compassion, right? So therefore, change your feeling, it's important. The feeling is that, you know, we are fighting each other because of feeling, right? We are like a not, you know, looking bad to each other is because of feeling. We are so close to each other because of feeling. So, and then again, how comes I have that kind of feeling? The feeling actually comes innately, that's true. But the changing there is depend on the moment condition, right? So then you have, how I can take care of my feeling, not let it be like a change, turn into the negative thought or negative emotion, how I can do that. So then you have to change your discriminations. This too is very important. Discriminations. So yeah, we have like a last couple of them articles teaching, which is talking about 5 8. He really say good things in discriminations. He said discrimination is the everything for you. Discriminations influence you, right? So discriminations that makes you how you think it. So like I say, sometimes say, okay, Western culture, Eastern culture. The cultures comes differently because of discriminations, right? So how much you learn, that much you can go, you can move forward. How much you can learn, that much you can change it. So because of discrimination. Gloria, you say something?
Yeah, I'm just not sure I understood what you mean by discrimination. Is it discrimination?
Discrimination, yeah.
Or discrepancy?
Yes.
Which one?
Discrimination.
Discrimination.
Describing, okay, this is table.
Okay.
This is
So
something.
if I say this is the east, this is the
West, yeah, this is here.
So the difference.
You're describing, right? Describing.
Describing, okay. Got it. Thank you.
This is one of the mentors.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you for correcting my pronunciation. You know, this is the, okay, whatever pronunciation you think more, what the describing, right? That is the one of my mental state. So this is depend on what you learn. This is depend on your, what you influence by. So your discriminations, right? So what is the example there? Because I'm adding a correct example test. Think there. Okay. Sorry.
If I remember correctly, it's about conceptualization. Like you can see, if you have a concept of something and then you say, oh, well, that's that concept, then you're no longer paying attention to exactly what it really is, right? So like if you say, oh, that person is Asian, so then
this is the meaning what I want to say. This is the meaning, yeah. This is the meaning what I want to say. But I'm looking what is the example for that. So anyhow, say okay, let's say this should be I remember it. So you learn science and then difficult to accept future life and previous life. That's dependent on discrimination because of science have a different way to explain it. That much you had gathered in your wisdom, right? So, and then Buddhism, different way to explain, that much gather wisdom. So this is discriminations changing, right? So therefore, you have to change discrimination. Until you will not changing the discriminations, you will not change the feeling. For example, say, okay, this is my enemy. This is your discrimination, right? This is bad people. This is your discrimination. So until you see that this is the bad people, and then your feeling always goes to negative. Whenever meet it, even not meet it, just comes in your mind, feeling goes to negative, or like emotions goes to negative. That feeling is bad, like suffering feelings comes. So therefore, this two is very much important. This two is changing everything in our life. So therefore, if you want to change your mind, like a very small warm-heartedness to make it bigger warm-heartedness, very limited, and then very conditionally warm-heartedness, make unconditional warm-heartedness. So it depends on change your feeling. It's depend on changing your discriminations. So, and then, yeah, therefore you have to study more. You have to open mind to learn everything, to try to get it what really it is. It's not blocked to learn something, not blocked to learn not something, right? So therefore, how much you open your mind, that much your discrimination get more influenced by whatever you learn. That much you have an option to think. That much you have an option. That much you might have a reason to analyze it. So therefore, this is the important changing this too. And again, discriminations so far, discrimination is changing by our study. Discrimination is changing by our culture or our parents, right? So far we do have that. And then learning Buddhism will be changed with different discriminations, or like learning some other religions will be changed with some different discriminations. That's all changing your world, right? So now think back. Okay, if all this like I have to stay with one kind of religions, one way, one side. Otherwise, I cannot mix everything. How could fix my discriminations, right? That's could becomes. So then, okay, then I will say it's depend on change your view. Get right view. And what is right view? Again, it sounds like, right? What is right view? And then the right view, everyone said my view is right view. Even our Buddhism, there are a few different views, and each tenets are saying my view is right view. And then also in Tibetan, we have a few lineages. Also they are saying my view is right view. How you can find it out, what is the right view? And then before we go there, what is the view? That's mean, do we have a view in our daily life? Do I have a view in my own way to create it? Do you have it? I think we do have a lot. We do have a lot. So let's say, let's go back to enemy and friends, right? So as you're describing that person is bad, your view is same as this the bad. This is your view, right? Your view means like how you think it. That's the view.
What kind of my place of confusion is if somebody, let's say, wanted to, or a dramatic scenario, wanted to burn down my house, and what action by being compassionate and have an open, all what you say, what do I do with this person who wants to burn my house?
So right now you are talking, I guess, my assumptions who do not have a compassion. So for them, when they burn, I cannot say let it go. This is not right way to say it. That's not perfect to say it. So, but even you have a compassion, someone burns you, you can go to law, you can go to court, you can apply all these things to officials. That's no problem. Even do you have a compassion, you can follow the rule. You can put them in jail. That's no problem. Yeah. So because the Beyond Religious, His Holiness Dalai Lama book, the Beyond Religious, it's a the compassion and what was it? Right, Maya. What's it? Compassion and it's kind of like a look like a law, compassion and compassion and punishment, compassion and something there. What is that? I don't remember it.
Ethics.
What's that?
Ethics.
No, it's some kind of law. Compassion and so far I'm saying it. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, so I would say.
No, we're not gonna.
Mare. So that's why you go and read their historical Dharma book, second part. It has two parts. Second part is talks about. The first part is talks about the compassion and punishment, compassion and I think it's kind of like a law. Okay, so that could be go. Yeah.
I want to go back to what you were just saying.
Okay.
Just make sure I
Sure.
understand.
Sure.
So if I see someone as that, that actually means that my view in me is negative. And that
Yeah.
is me,
Too bad. Yeah.
not the other person.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Just one.
Your view is bad. Yeah.
My view.
Your view is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of friends and enemies, a lot of times, like for instance, I work with a lot of people from different backgrounds, totally opposite of me. And the first time you meet them, you're like, oh, this guy's no good, he's no good. But every time it's 100 times, 100% that once you get to know them, you're like, hey, this guy's not that bad. If you can generate that knowledge, that insight beforehand, that's compassion. That's on the road to compassion. You can automatically accept them for what they are.
So
And
without
also-
compassion can be accepted.
And also, I want to say that Guy and Laura look like a beautiful married couple.
Please don't say anything to Guy. He's a nice person. Laura also, yeah. Sorry. I'm just kidding.
I'd
Okay.
love to hear that.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, it's not necessarily compassion. Without compassion, can accept these things out. Yeah. Compassion is, as I'm explaining here, compassion of Buddhism. This is so huge. Yeah.
Like your past experience with that person made you call that person a bad person. How can you let go of that? Past experience, like that.
Now this is the process I'm saying. You have to change your discrimination. Saying as bad is depend on you have to change your view, right? So therefore, now this is the I want to explain how you change your view. Before that, I'm trying to explain you to understand what is view. So that's I says how you think it's that's the view, right? Then therefore you do have a lot of view in your daily life, whether it's good or bad, right? So now this all view what you have it's not the perfect way to help you to change your discrimination. It is still very much associated with what you learn. Right, that view is also. Therefore, now Buddha is saying, okay, if you more believe on karma, that's we teaching and teaching and teaching, try to talk and try to get the faith on that. Once you have that trust on karma, one good view will change to you, and that's just come and change you. Say karma, someone harms to you, and then thinking it's my karma, right? Not blaming other. That's how discrimination is changed. Because the view is the belief on karma. You're thinking, yes, karma is exactly functioning that way. It is karma. So therefore, you're thinking, oh, yeah, it is then my fault. Why I say this person's bad. Change your discrimination, right? Once you change discrimination, isn't that change feeling? And compassion is close there then. Compassion is close to that person because never blames to that person, right? This is the one example. And said, okay, even like I stay with a view, like a karma view, it's help us to become a more nice person, more honest person, more gentle person. But still it's affected like some kind of suffering or not uncomfortable. So still I cannot generate compassion. Then the ultimate view, as Buddhism describing. Okay, There are many views, but this is the view which is really help you in your daily life, which is emptiness, as I said it, right? Dependent origination, that view. If you understand clear about the dependent origination and emptiness, it's very much help you to change your discrimination. Say, I mentioned it to someone last time. Oh, yeah, I learned from one of professor from Yale. So he using that kind of the emptiness view technique for try to getting together oneness. That's he's only saying, oh, everyone is sameness. So like there are a lot of gender problem. Genders are gender. They have a gender problem. They are country like a problem. They have a color problem. They have a shape problem. So once you have that view, understand clear about emptiness, you're breaking this all gender. It's just concept. That's the same. That's view saying you, okay, color is just concept, right? If you understand that view. And that kind of say, okay, female, male, right things, the good right things or not right things, it's just concept, right? Once you see that it's just concept, then see, you can understand now how your discrimination will be. Everyone is nice, or everyone is bad, right? So, and if everyone is nice, then you are feeling all remaining as positive. Then very much help you to get in compassion mind. So this is, there are a few different views. You have your own view, and then there are Buddhist talks to view, and then also there are many different views. And also there are another religious talks about different view, and then there are many ethics professor and philosopher also talks about different view. But we need to learn this all view and try to see which can really change my discrimination and feeling. Because these two is the bad things to changing me up and down always. So that's just the things. So I can only explain you the Buddhist point of view, right? So therefore, this is the ultimate view. We just mentioned it. Also, there are another view that thinking most of things are impermanent. This is the one view. Once you think it's impermanent, again, your discrimination will be changed, feeling will be changed, more toward the positive. That might believe. Yes. Yeah. Gloria, okay.
Yeah.
She don't need a microphone. Yeah, she don't need it.
So, when you were talking about whatever that word was, what
Which
if
word? Whatever that word.
your view of the person is very positive? You see them as a very compassionate person and very caring, and then you find out it's a lie. It's not true. How do you then have compassion?
This is the perfect object of compassion. That's what I said. Difficulty is the object of compassion.
Right, but if you started off, if they're negative and then you see them positive, that's one thing. But if they're positive and then you find out they're negative, how do you then change that to be positive again?
Your karma. Yeah. And then see, what I'm talking here, ultimate reality, that concept, ultimate reality, emptiness, right? So far we are asking question, we discussion or so on thing based on your movement knowledge, based on your movement feeling. Sometimes you just imaginationally build up that feeling or build up that emotion, what text described it, build up that view which text described it, then will you know something that, right? So that's the I try. Change view, that's what I'm saying, right? Change view. Doesn't matter whoever, difficulty. So change your view. That's to help you to just change your discriminations. That's the saying. So yeah, even turning to the lie, there are not just one or two. There are many. There are many, right? So how we learn patience practice. What Lamrim said it. What Shantideva said it. It's all changing your discrimination, isn't it? The patience practice, which mentioned in Shantideva text, which mentioned in Lamrim, isn't that all change your discrimination? It's really divided, like this is bad, you should say bad, or what said it there? This is the technique, what do we need to think? This is the technique, what we need to change our discrimination, right? So again, go back, that view. So you see connected. So this is the important. sometimes when we talk about emptiness, many people feel it that intellectual or like just academic is not part of my study, right? It's too much academic. I need more emotion, but it could change your big emotion, right? So therefore, it's important. Yeah, it is difficult to understand. It is more academic way to study it, but yes, I think it is big help to change your all these concepts and discriminations, and then compassion is easily there. So because compassion, what describing is, has to be equal feeling, equal wish for every single being, right? We are not divided, this yes, not this, right? We are not like judging, oh, these parts are bad person, these parts are good persons, this side is bad, this side is good. If you do these things, and there are the Buddhist compassion, there are no way to have that compassion. You have to break this all, and we know it's good, bad is bad. So then, yeah, I just, when we talk about the patience practice, I mentioned one of the Kadamba master, someone like give the baby to them. It's lying, it's big lying, right? It's a big lying in front of all his disciples. One of Kadamba master, when he taught, he teach to his student, and there are a lot of gathering there. And one lady came because she got paid, she got some gift, and then she bring it, say, okay, this is your baby. He just hold it, never say, never reacted. Face, everything is same as like how he talked it, and then also never reacted, never said, just hold it, and then keep it, that baby. And then one day the same lady come back and says, okay, can you please give me my lady? I apologize, I'm sorry. That said it. So yeah, it's lying big, it's a bad thing, right? But this is not we are. We are not get there right now, right? Getting there, just accepting these things, we have to be really strong compassion inside. We don't. Therefore, we are not get there. But if you want to get there, then you have to more process, make it more applied to practice. That's what we need to do. And within practice, how much you are getting high level, that much you will be excuse and forgiveness easily. But still, there are something will be left over that you cannot forgive. You cannot excuse it. That's possible. But put it process to the one day. Yes, I cannot do right now, but one day I will forgive it. Until I cannot forget there, it's caused me suffering. Is right. Until I cannot forget there, it is causing me suffering. Therefore, one day I cannot do right now because I'm right things 100% right. I have it. They are 100% wrong. What they're doing it, I cannot forget. But if one day even you cannot make it possible to forget them, so then it's caused you suffering. This is the one. And there are 100 people waiting for you to cause same things. Right? So therefore, say one day I have to keep forgiveness. So then this is, and then forgiving them, what you need to do is try to change your view. Not really you are compassion practicing directly, you're more thinking view or try changing view, but it is process of generating compassion. It is process of getting compassion. That's I thought it. So therefore, this is the important. So when we just say compassion, not always think it is just aspect of compassion. Don't have to think that. So you know that Dr. Geshe, when he came, how he fixed the things. Do you remember how he fixed things? If you have a headache, what are you doing? Did he touching a head? Dr. Geshe, he touched hand or leg to fix head, right? That's how we need to do. So this is process for having compassion to all. But you are right now more study view, change your view, and then try to more studying view and practicing view. But it's not really you feel that you are generating compassion. You will not feel that. But this is the first key point. That first step that you need to do it. Then changing discrimination and feeling and happiness. That's how it goes. This is a little bit different what the Lamrim instructed because we don't have enough time. to follow the Lamrim instruction to how to generate compassion and bodhicitta. So therefore, I think this is the more easily understandable and then more easier to fix that my discrimination is, right? So, yeah.
The word you were looking for in the Dalai Lama's book, justice.
Also, thank you so much. Yeah, it's compassion and justice. Yes, yes, it is. Compassion and justice. So compassion and punishment is possible. Compassion and wrathful is possible. Compassion and wrathful face or wrathful action is possible. But smile and bad intention is also possible. Right? Nice and bad intention is also possible. Therefore, it's difficult to judge it. Therefore, not judging, try to generate your compassion as much as you can. Okay, so
serving on jury duty is okay?
I think it's okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because one of the way or another, you're going to cause one of the people to suffer with your decision.
Understand, yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes people need to change their way, more forcible way, right? Always not be nice. Therefore, I'm thinking sometimes we beat the children. Always talks and talks. It's not always worth it. So I saw one article in our Tibetan news, very much encouraged, oh yes, you should beat. And they have a lot of explanation and what we call a reason there, his own experience, you know. Actually, I think he lives in Europe, and then he actually did with his children. And this is the proof. He have a proof. And I have a little bit proof in monastery also. And then there could be compassion with beating.
Coaches in the US
Yeah.
can be very tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Therefore, I just try to make it clear which is really compassion act not, and how you can generate. So this is briefly, and then I have to stop before 11:30, and then I'm just stopping on 11:15. So take question, answer, and discussion, or sharing your whatever comment. Yes. Yeah, please use microphone.
It's off. You have to start.
So you talk about, like, you know, coaches, like, or parents, like, they say like mean comments but then they have good intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then for me, like, what if them saying that to their children, but then in their children's heart gets broken?
Mm-hmm.
Does that good intention turn into, like, you know, bad?
New Marasa.
Yeah, or like
Oh, okay.
who like like I don't know, Pango Pakla.
Oh, yeah.
So we couldn't be a pora. You know, Puha Mara, so who is something like, oh, Pamangala Villas. So the Kunzu Pamaki Kuno Yapo, the Yapo, the Butcher and the Poo is something.
I don't think their good intention turn into the bad, but their manner is turning into the bad. You know, intention is remaining as the same to what you protect you, but ignorantly, they don't know how to protect you, right? We all have ignorance. That, you know, it's like keep disturbing us to be nice to others. We want to help you, but I have a lack of a method to helping you. And then I'm doing something, it goes wrong, right? So this is very much possible because we have ignorance. And then that is like, I think, considerable. It could be a bad influence. So, and then, then if your parents is doing that, then you have to change your discrimination again, right? Yeah, that's the part. So think more that they have ignorance, think more, they try work hard to help me, but they don't know. And then, because at least you feel their love, right? So once you feel their love, whatever attitude and actions comes, change it discriminations. And then you will be remaining as like a respectful. So, and they will be understand by your behavior and your reactions. Yeah. That's my thought. Yeah, my thought. I don't know. Yeah. Yes, please.
Good morning. So what I think I'm hearing is we are able to change our view of the way we grow. If we change our view of the way we look at things, then we're able to change the way we feel about things, which will open up the ability to start to be compassionate. And if I think my personal obstacle is that I think about myself all the time and take things personally. And I don't know why other people do what they do, which could be for whatever reason. And I was thinking, like, if I were to have to go pick somebody up, if I told them I'll be to your house at 9 o'clock, and then I'm getting ready to leave, my dog is sick, throws up, I have to clean that up. Then I get out, and there's a tree in the driveway, and I have to move that. And I show up at 10 o'clock, and he's mad at me. And I mean, why are you mad at me? It's not my fault. Because my dog threw up. To move the tree. Why are you mad at me? What's wrong with you? But if someone does something to me, I don't even think what I already think they're wrong. So I guess what I have to do is not judge why someone does something.
And then you taught more lack of compassion to yourself?
Yes.
That's the saying?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think when I research about many people have their lack of compassion towards self. So could be regret, could be expectations, could be ignorance, there could be what's called imaginations, right? Imaginations that you just made it up. So that, how I am bad. Sometimes people think it could be imagination, could be regret, could be expectations. I don't have enough to do something. So there are many possibilities. So they're having their lack of compassion to self. So therefore, I just mentioned to them what is my view is self-compassion is compassion to others. So, and then Buddhist talks about compassion, self-compassion is renunciations. Until you do not have renunciations, then you are not really, cannot be nice to yourself. So you have to renounce all this thought, which you have a previous, it comes from regret. Then you have to renounce all this thought, which is cause you have continuous regret. And then if you have comes from expectation, you have to renounce that expectations based on your capacity. And then it comes from imagination or ignorance. That's, you have to more clear that ignorance by learning, get more wisdom. So however, be continuous compassion, whatever the circumstances, continuous compassion is for me, it's to more like a self-compassion. So therefore, whatever you mentioned right now, it is, again, I go back to, that's wants to mention it, change your discrimination, right? The discrimination is don't have to be same how you learn it. Don't have to be same what people said it, right? So like say $100 bill, right? That's how people described it. The same is not product. It's not $100 bill. It's just something. So therefore, it's not has to be same what these people says, but it not has to be same what you learn it. Still, you can learn more to find it out what it is real versus to changing your discriminations. And then again, I think you will feel good then. This is self-compassion. This is my thought, yeah.
Geshe,
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Okay, where you ask Geshe, you have something there.
You're talking about change discrimination.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think there are plenty of bad people around.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We all know.
Okay, so now, why can't I just have compassion knowing that they're bad? Are you saying that? Or are you saying that I have to change thinking that they're, to thinking that they're good? Why can't they be bad people and I just have compassion for them?
That's true. If you could do that,
Yes.
wonderful.
Well, that's easy.
That's wonderful.
Right. Oh,
You feel it's easier, but see what's happened with you at the moment. That bad person. You are looking from far. You're looking at the movie, right? That's a little bit not really strong emotion
and
there.
I also understand that people that I think are bad, other people think are good.
That's possible also.
That's possible also.
Yeah.
So it depends on my karma, on how I'm seeing all these things. But that still doesn't prevent the responsibility of a person that's being really bad to me or somebody else. I'm not going to change my view. They're a bad person, but I can have compassion.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
their karma or my karma.
That's wonderful.
That's good.
But for me, it's difficult to generate compassion as I'm seeing as a bad. When I'm seeing them as a bad, I don't want to be close to them. If I'm not closing them, how can be kind of compassion? I have to see as my children, my parents, my brother and sister. Then I feel that I want to help. I feel that I rejoice them. I feel that I really protect them. So what you're saying is you keep them as a bad person, it's okay. But generating compassion is still have some gap there between there. As you are looking at the bad, have a gap, which you don't feel to be close with them. It's if you keep that gap, then you really don't want to protect to them. How come it's compassion? Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't relieve them of responsibility of being a bad person. Though.
But as I said, you can do it. That's how we need to do it. But for me, it's very difficult. Therefore, I say more change your discrimination. That's how we need to do. So that's not my experience. When I change my the enemy or difficulty, when I change it to the nice person, then my mind's getting more too close to them. And when I get close to them, I can smile from inside, not just artificially. So that I can do it. Until then, I could smile, but it's artificial. So therefore, it comes from inside because I get make more close to them, thinking their kindness, whatever, make close to them, and that makes me easy generate compassion. But I'm not saying I do have a compassion, generating or cultivating, that's I can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think, Namdola, can you share that how you be compassionate with your employee that as your manager? Last night we a discussion. They all have their professional work, and some are a PhD, and some are dentist, doctor, employee. Everyone is something specialist, and then breakdance here. So. So therefore, when she explained us last night how she be compassionate, I think it could be help all of us. Can you share, please?
So I'm a front office manager at Royal Hotel Times Square, and basically every day we deal with a lot of complaints, guests having issues with room, rates, billing, and all of that. And when guests request for a manager, when I come out, and they're very mean and upset and all that. And then my agents are they're so rude to you, and yet you're very quiet and very nice to them. Why is that? And I just tell them it's because I'm Buddhist, and I'm, for us being compassionate is very important. You got to think it from their side as to why are they mad. Put yourself onto their shoes and see what's the reason that they're mad, and then try to, look at it from their side, and then that's how you build compassion and all that. And then that was the reason that I said.
Yeah, people were discouraging you to say why you're doing that, right?
Yeah, they were saying that you shouldn't call security on them. You should not let them stay in the hotel, kind of keep them out. But I was saying, no, we can't do that. The main reason why they ask for a manager is because they need someone to assist them with their problems, not not for someone to kick them out from the hotel.
That's wonderful discrimination. This is wonderful discrimination to how to protect yourself, protect all this environment. So that's as I thought it. Thank you so much. Someone raising hand. Yeah.
I was going to say to Laura, speaking to Laura's
Mhm.
it's like I am not where Geshe Dhargey is, where you look at people and think them as my children.
Okay.
But the Dalai Lama once said that everybody wants to be happy.
Yes.
And so when somebody does something that I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
Then I just think, okay, well, it's a baby step.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It's like
understand.
that person just wants to be happy. I don't really, that's not how I would seek happiness, but somehow or another on their side of the fence, they just want to be happy.
Yeah.
So maybe he's a pyromaniac who wants to burn your house down, that's how he gets off. So I don't know, but that's,
Yeah.
you know, that's true. Supposed to be happy.
Yes. Yes. That is good reason. That's good reason. This is good way to change your discrimination again. I go back there.
Thank you so much. I think also the other thing is understanding why, like Namdu was saying, why they're mad. So like if we see someone as a bad person, why are they a bad person? So are they a bad person to you because they said something mean to you? Then I think that's trying to understand, okay, why did they say something mean to you? And then getting to the root cause of it and then understanding, oh, okay, they said this to me because I did this to them, and then therefore they had to do that to me or say that to me. And that's how you also transition from looking at someone as a bad person into a good person. You don't just look at the positive, it's understanding the root cause.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Everyone has a good and bad, that's I'm saying it. Why always looking at the bad side? Why? It's pulling us to look at the bad side. It's difficult to look at the good side, you know, this is, we have to turn it. That's the one way to change the discrimination again. Yes, please.
I don't feel I can really ever know for sure what's going on inside someone else. To see if they're doing this because of that. To feel compassion without knowing the reason, because I'm not inside their head. I just don't feel that compassion is connected to understanding the other person. It's just doing without understanding, because they can't really know unless they try to explain themselves. Does that make any sense? I can't know what someone else is thinking.
But could you imagine that there might be something there that's causing them to do it?
Oh, definitely.
You know, that they have something deep-rooted or suffering or whatever.
I just can't know the specifics.
Yeah, that's true. That's true that we cannot read their mind. This is not our job. This is that we don't need to know. We know they are suffering. That's clear. That's the only they needed love. Then one, honestly, I'm telling you that this technique, changing feeling, discrimination is dependent on view. So I got a complaint on this like a technique. We're gonna share that. But this is my belief. You test it. Okay? So doesn't matter. The complaint is like when I hear that complaint, they found difficult for them, especially the view. They don't hear that. It's like academic. So and then and this is a little bit out of my like a book. So therefore, I got a complaint, but still that's my belief. You should see. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to share a story. What you're saying. One time.
Hi.
One time, there was a story about a family on a bus, and the kids were screaming and yelling, and the father wasn't dealing with the screaming kids. So some people were like, "You need to pipe down your children. Why are you taking care of them? What's going on?" And people started getting upset with them, and everyone was being negative. And watching this happen, all of a sudden the father says, "Well, we just left the hospital where our mother died." All this horrific, sad, awful story. But that was the reason why that children were acting out and why the father just couldn't handle anything. So that story is what I think of when I can't figure out why someone's being mean or a jerk or unkind. I remember that story. And there's always a reason why they were suffering.
Yes.
And we just were not privy that, and nor is it our business necessarily to understand why people are suffering. We want to just think that maybe we can help them not be suffering.
That's a wonderful thought. Yeah. Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Okay, so we're going to stop here and then have a nice weekend. I think that's like enough. Anything, Shay? Okay.